Hello there, Ray here, and today I would like to show you how you can easily generate exit gateway portals in the void of the end dimension, as well as another method to breaking bedrock. When 1.9 came out, I was the first to show it's possible to move the location of where the exit gateway portal would generate. I showed my findings on Reddit, which I will link in the description, but I never actually did a video about how I did this. Now today I will show you a really simple way where you can actually generate these exit gateway portals in the void. So the first thing that you want to do is come into the end dimension, kill the dragon, and this will allow the entrance gateway portals to be generated. These things out here on the outer edge of the end main island is the entrance gateway portals. Each of these entrance gateway portals, once you go through them, will take you to an exit gateway portal. So once you've killed the dragon several times, you will be able to produce a entrance gateway portal that is in one of the cardinal directions, so either north, south, east, or west. And once you come here, if you have one like here, this one, you can come in and build a flying machine on a chunk border. So if I press F3G, you can see the borders of the chunks, and this is a chunk over here, and this is a chunk over here, and this is the closest chunks to this entrance gateway portal. Now what you want to do, you will not want to enter this gateway portal at any time once it's generated. Instead, you'll want to build your flying machine, whatever flying machine you choose, and make sure that the flying machine has a block in either side of these chunks. So I got this extra block sitting in this chunk over here, and the rest of the machine is in this chunk. Now all you have to do is take your flying machine out and fly out towards the direction of the entrance gateway portal, and you want to fly all the way to the outer islands. So I'll just speed this up because I have a tick speed mod in. So speed that up and we'll see if we can reach the outer islands. Okay, now that we have reached the outer islands, I'll just slow that down a little bit. And now all you have to do is go back to the main island and enter the entrance gateway portal. So you can either fly a machine back there or take your elytras back there, or you can just kill yourself in the void. So I'm just going to kill myself in the void, and then I'll end up back at my spawn location, and then from there I'll just go back into the end dimension. Right over here I have a portal. So now all I have to do is go back to the same entrance gateway portal, which is this one here, and just take my ender pearls and go through this portal. So let me take off those chunks, go back into survival mode, and then use my ender pearls to teleport through this entrance gateway portal. And now I have produced a exit gateway portal in the void. This is between the main island and the outer island. So as you guys can tell, this could be easily replicated in survival. Now why would you want to actually have an exit gateway portal in the void? Now this isn't the same void as the void that kills you or the void above the world where you can actually place any blocks. You can place blocks in here, but this area is just void of any blocks, and that's why it's called the void. Now one reason why you have a exit gateway portal out here is because a lot of things in Minecraft depend on the area around it. Now if there's no blocks in the area around where you're working, then there's less things for the game to load, and therefore stuff can be more efficient. Something like an Enderman farm could be able to be placed down low, and there's no other blocks for the Enderman to actually spawn on. This will allow the Enderman to be Enderman farm to be more efficient, and other farms can work the same way, where you can build them in this void dimension where there's nothing else for the game to check. Another advantage to having a farm near an exit gateway portal allows you to build a farm which can be quite large or even laggy. In this way you can access the farm, but at any point you can leave the area, and this way you can unload the farm, but the farm is not too far away for you to actually return to. So at any point you want to, you can come back to end dimension, hop through this portal again, and you're back at your farm again. So using the simple method to generate the exit gateway portal out here in the void, this will cause the gateway portal to generate at about pretty much Y level 85, and it also will generate this endstone island here with it, so you get some endstone out of it. Now this works for 1.9 and any versions above it, and also it will produce it about 250 meters away from the outer islands and about 700 meters away from the main island, so it's pretty much out here in the middle of nowhere. When generating an exit gateway portal, you can actually move it along the cardinal direction, so you can actually move it a little bit closer to the main island. You can also move it quite a bit closer to the outer islands. You can also move them up and down, so that's what I'm going to show next. So if you want to have your exit gateway portal to generate higher than the Y85, then all you have to do is to build your flying machine a little bit higher. So the highest you can build your flying machine is up at this point. This will cause the exit gateway portal to generate at the very highest point in the world. So this is the level where you want to build your flying machine. It's looks like right there, 245. And this will allow your portal block to be at the very top. Now you want to also make sure that your flying machine is also on 2 chunks, so it's upping 2 chunks. And yep, we just want to take our flying machine out. Let's give that thing a go, and we'll go out not all the way to the outer islands, but we'll make it part way. So let me speed up time a little bit. So once you got out here, you're part way there. Now when your flying machine gets around 760, so this chunk border right here, you want to stop your flying machine. I'll let it get past this point a little bit, right about there. Now what we want to do is come in here and place in some blocks. So we'll just place some blocks in this corner here, and I want to update the machine a little bit so I can place another block. Yeah, place a block right here. Now what you want to do is continue flying with your flying machine till you get to the outer island. So repair anything that you broke on the flying machine, and then you want to take off with your flying machine as well. Now once your flying machine reaches around that 1000 dimensions, you'll be over top of the outer islands. Now you can leave your flying machine, you can head back and re-enter your entrance end portal. So you can do whatever you want. You can kill yourself, or you take your elytra and fly back. So I'm just going to teleport myself back there. So about around 180. It's about right here. Now all you want to do is go through that same entrance end portal that you have measured up for. So this one here, get in survival mode, and we'll just take our ender pearl and go through here, and this allows us to generate the exit gateway portal at the very highest point in the world. So we're way up here. They did generate a little end island down here, so if I get in creative mode, we can check it out. And yeah, this is at the very top of the world. This is the highest point which you can actually place blocks. So you can actually see that this is actually another method of actually breaking bedrock. So you can actually break the bedrock off of the top of the exit gateway portal just by having it generate up here in the void, and the game is not actually able to place any blocks up here, so it just removes it. This is similar to how I showed it's possible to actually be able to move your exit end portal, and if you were able to move it up high or down low, you can actually have the game generate it so that it actually removes the bedrock in that as well. So this is another method of breaking bedrock. But with this portal, you can actually have it at the highest point in the world if you want to. Now I'll show you how you can actually put it to the lowest point. Now if you would want to have your exit gateway portal to generate at the lowest point, which the game will allow, you want to come down here and come down to Y level 30. So this block here is Y level 30. Build your flying machine, same as before, build it so it's overlapping two chunks. And now you just want to take your flying machine out part way as we did before. Now when you're out here, get to about the same point. So about right in here where it's 700 and about 69, right where these chunks overlay the same thing. And you'll just want to move your flying machine out of the way a little bit. And then you want to come in here and place some blocks. But instead of placing down stone, you want to make sure you place down end stone. So we place end stone in these three chunks here. And now you want to repair your flying machine, and then you can continue on all the way to the outer islands. Now once you have crashed into the outer islands, you can do the same thing. You can just travel back, go back to your entrance end portal and enter it. So you can kill yourself, take your elytra, or take a flying machine back. So now all you have to do is go through this entrance gateway portal and get back in survival and go right through here with ender pearl. This will allow you to be able to generate a exit gateway portal at the lowest point. So this is about level, let's see, it's right about level, you see, 40. So Y level 40, and this doesn't generate a island because it sees this part right here as an island. So that's the lowest point which you can actually have the exit gateway portal to generate in. You can also move the exit gateway portal along the cardinal direction, so you can actually move it closer to the outer islands, and this is quite easy. All you have to do, instead of placing your end stone there, just place it a little bit closer to the outer islands, and you can keep moving it to the outer islands until you're actually at the outer islands. Now you can also take it back a little bit towards the main island. You can't take it very far, about 750 is about as far as you can take it, and this is just by adding on here and putting down some more end stone and putting a block up here, just so that the game tries to place it at the tallest block, and place it over here, and you really can't get much closer to the main islands than this. So you should also test this before you actually do this in your world, and you can only generate the exit gateway portal once. So you want to make sure that you choose your method wisely if you either want to make it up high or in the middle or down low. But you do have 20 of these, so you can decide where you want each of them to be. It took a lot of testing for me to figure out how to get the exit gateway portal to generate in such a manner. Now we were able to take this concept and apply it to the diagonal ones as well, so I will be showing that. But this is big thanks to NarcolepticFrog, who looked in the code, and there's a lot of stuff in the code that's actually not needed to actually generate these exit gateway portals. And by using my method, we analyzed the code and we figured out a simple way to actually get this to work. And the way that this works actually is that when the game generates an exit gateway portal, it searches an area, and it searches the minimum, maximum errors. And the minimum is around 750 meters out, and the maximum is around 1,000 meters out. And it checks and see if the chunks have ever been occupied. So by flying the flying machines through these chunks, we occupy these chunks, and they have to be occupied from the farthest out where we want to have the portal generate, which is here, all the way to the outer island. So that's why we ran our flying machine all the way through these chunks. Now once they have been occupied, then they are able to be checked by the game. Now all we have to do is place the area for the game to actually have the portal to be generated at. Now if you just run your flying machine through this area without actually placing any blocks, then it would place it at the default area, which is around 85 meters. And you can place it higher by just placing a block super high, where it just checks the highest block in this area, then the closest to the main island, and that's why I placed it up high. Now to place it down low, it normally would place it on top of the end island that it creates, but to place it lower, we do not have any end island here, so we have to fake an end island, and we have to fake that end island quite low, and that's why we have end stone down here. That's really all there is to getting these exit gateway portals to generate. So now we'll show you how you can apply this method for the other exit gateway portals. So even though there's 20 of these entrances, there's only really 3 methods that are used to create all the different ones. So you can use the method which works for the straight ones. This is the cardinal direction. Then there's a separate method I came up with to just do the ones that are 1 off from the cardinal direction. And then there's a third method which is used to do these center ones here, which are 2 off from the cardinal direction. So first I'll show you how to actually generate this one here. So the first thing that you will want to do is to get out to the outer islands, and you make sure not to go through this portal, but you can fly out there with a flying machine or your elytras, or you can take a different gateway portal out there. Now I'm just going to take myself out there. It's about 1,08300. And then this is the area which the game will be checking to actually place the exit gateway portal in. Now NarcolepticFrog actually wrote a program that showed the exact chunks which the game checks before it actually tries to generate the exit gateway portal, and I highlighted them with these glowstone here, so you can see it checks some chunks here. Since the portal is kind of a diagonal, it checks some chunks in a diagonal shape, so there's some chunks here, as well as some chunks out here. Now you don't really have to get all the way out to these 2 last chunks here if you don't want to, but you can if you want to, if you want your exit gateway portal to be the farthest out. There is also 1 chunk way over here that needs to be updated if there's no blocks in here, but I happen to have blocks in here, so don't forget about that chunk. Otherwise, if there's something there, you can just have your flying machine as I have it here. But pretty much what you have to do is just fly a flying machine that actually occupies at least 4 of these chunks. So that's what I got right here. I got a flying machine. Now where you want to build this flying machine is in this chunk here. So F3 and G, you can see the chunk right here. This is about the center chunk that you want to start building it. And this is chunk 5917 right here. That's the chunk. Now the flying machine is pretty simple. I built this one up for 1.9 and above. You can see there's just an engine in the center, and then there's just some wings that come out here. This wing will occupy this far chunk here, and we got part of it occupying these here, and then we got another wing occupying this chunk, and then this block over here will occupy the 4th chunk. And all you have to do is fly this flying machine out, and you will want to fly it out to about 750. So I'm going to switch over to a new world where there's no blocks there, and we'll fly it out and we'll see if we can get a exit gateway portal to generate out there. Okay, so we got out here pretty far. Now all you have to do is to go back to your main island, and then just enter that entrance gateway portal, and then from there you will be able to generate a new exit gateway portal. So now we're back here at the main island, and this is one that we set up for. If we just go through here with the ender pearls, we'll see that we have generated a exit gateway portal out here in the void. There's our flying machine over there. Now this is pretty much a void, even though you can see part of the island over there. It's far enough out that it's a perimeter. If you want to, you could actually try to lower those 2 extra chunks. You get out there about 2 more chunks worth. But yeah, that's pretty simple how to do it. So I showed you how to do that one as well as this one. And now the third one is this one here. And all the rest of them are just mirror images of these. So to get this one to work, which is 2 away from the cardinal direction on this side, all you have to do is get out to the end islands as before. It's about 800, 600 out here. And this is the outer islands here. Now you just want to come away from the outer islands, and about the nearest chunk that you need to come out to is this chunk here. This is chunk, if we press F3 and G, we can see this is chunk 5138. So in this chunk, all we have to do is come along and build a machine that will update some chunks. Now, because of this, entrance gateway portal is quite a bit more of a diagonal. You can almost just fly a diagonal flying machine through it, and it'll update the correct amount of chunks. Get far enough out to create a void for your exit gateway portal. So that's what I have here. This is a modified version of Pi's diagonal flying machine. I updated it so that it works again for like 1.10 and beyond. Also compacted a little bit. But anyways, you pretty much want to build this flying machine right in the corner of this chunk, and when this flying machine flies, it will update this chunk, and it'll update this chunk as well as this chunk here, and it'll continue doing this pattern all the way out. And you want to take it out to about 700. It looks pretty cool when this diagonal flying machine flies. The flying machine just flown through these chunks. I got way past 700, but now if I just teleport back, you can kill yourself or take your elytras back. And now we just have to go through that portal that we just marked out. So this portal here, if we just go through here with our ender pearls, we'll come out here and it'll generate a new exit gateway portal out in the void. So this one's around 700, 500. You can see this was pretty much a void. It really depends on your border line, if you can actually see it or not. But yeah, you're pretty much far enough out to consider it a perimeter. And that's pretty much how you do every single one. All the rest of them are just mirror images. So for these diagonal ones, you can do the same thing as we did with that cardinal one. By placing blocks up in the air, we can have it generate higher. Or if you want to, you can place end stone down low and you can have these generate low as well. So what I mean by them being mirrored is if we come over here and look at this one that's second or one away from the cardinal direction, we come look at the coordinates which it sets on, we can see that it has the x of 5 and it has the z of 1. So if we come over here and look at the other one, this is the cardinal direction one right here, and we'll go 1 off from it, and we look at the coordinates of this one, and we'll see that it's exactly the same, but they're just swapped around. So we have the 1 in front and the 5 in there. It does get a little bit confusing when you cross over the negative axis, because there is a 0 chunk, but there's not a negative 0 chunk, so everything's off by 1. I will go in the description and put down a chart where it shows where each of these actually need to be placed, so that you can give in the correct position and which way you need to have your flying machines faced as well. So there you have it, guys, how to easily generate exit gateway portals in the void. I have provided the world download, and I have all the flying machines already set up, so you can come and test it out. So if you found this interesting, show me the like. If you'd like to see more cool things like this, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Bye bye!